guys, welcome to Psalm 75. I wanted to show you this is what we're going to be working on today. This is the doodle sheet that you can download from praiseheart.net. This is the sketch that you can download for free that will go in your margin. And these are the printable stickers that can be sent to your door or just print them at home. I'm going to show you something new today. I printed this off of the website. Just go down, go to over to Psalms. This is the printables for the day. I want you to go over to praiseheart.net and I want you to go over to the Psalm study online and then go down to Psalm 75. So what we do, those are the printables. Those are for purchase. But here I printed out the sheet that is the doodle for this week. And I thought, let me show you how to take this from start to finish with the easiest of supplies, crayons and a pencil. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking the picture that I printed and I'm just going to put on it, I'm going to rub my number 2 pencil this way and that way and this way and that way. So all I want to do is lay down a bit of lead on the back of my paper. So I'm going to do it, it's called like cross hatching, so I'm going to do it this way. I have to kind of see where does the image end. And if you just pick it up, you can see where the image is and make sure that you're getting that pencil graphite laid down exactly where your image is. So now I'm just turning it and I'm going to do it again. What I want to try to do is get rid of a lot of those white spaces in between. And the way that I do that is just by continuing to turn the sheet of paper so that it fills in, if that makes sense. So then I turn it again. You wind up having an incredibly pointy pencil because the way that you keep turning it. So I just keep turning it around and around. I got to thinking that we have a lot of folks that are coming on to the onto the site that are beginners and they have no idea. And I thought, well, you know what? We have done watercolor now for just about a year. So I thought, what if we started trying to figure out different ways to do this and different ways that everybody can be met in this world of Bible journaling the Word. So here I'm taking my page back. And now I'm just going to trace over the image that's there, and it's going to transfer onto my Bible page. You do not have to draw a single solitary thing. So I need to say that again. You do not need to draw a single thing. You can literally print off my sheet of paper and then you can just trace it like I'm doing now, and it will be transferred into your Bible. I need to say this is that I had my pages prepared with gesso beforehand. If you're going to use color crayons or even colored pencils, don't gesso, because it just creates a plastic layer that it doesn't want the crayons to adhere to. So I used Dollar Tree crayons, so the box was $1. So already they're low in pigment. So then when you put down a layer of gesso on top of it, there's just not tooth for those crayons to adhere to. So I really struggled with trying to get the values and the hue saturation kind of up with them, because there was just they're cheaper crayons, but they did the job. I mean, I need everybody to hear that they did the job. So I know that I have some people out there in internet world that don't have a printer. So you're going to say, I can't print this out, so therefore I'm not able to to partake in this. I do have to draw something. Well, what you could do is, Staples has any one of the office supply stores. If you have your phone, you can access the website on your phone and you can shoot it over to a Staples employee, and they can print for you all 75 of the Psalms that are done till now, and you can go home with an entire coloring book of things that you can work on at home. So where there's a will, there's a way. There's always a way. So here I am taking my time sort of tracing the image and trying to get it into my book. You have to make sure that you don't move that image, otherwise it's just going to become a great big mess. So once I get the image transferred into is that not amazing? Like, look at that. So Anybody that says I can't draw, you don't have to. You just don't have to. This is a great, easy, simple way. The drawings are done for you. Everything is completed for you so that you can have fun with us every single week. Let's say that you just don't even want to partake in that. The printables, you can print those God's hands holding that cup. There's always a special. Subscribe to the website. You will get, if you subscribe to the website, you're getting a free weekly, a monthly printout this week of a whole bunch of images that I'm just going to send out to all the subscribers. I want the subscriber list to be a fun space where we can, where I can just bless you, honestly, where I can just bless your socks off. For allowing me to come into your inbox, because I know how many times I've had to switch my email because I get inundated with junk mail, or things that I've subscribed to. But I want it to be a blessing. So if you subscribe this week, I'm sending out a free printable sheet for you. So once you get in there and you're printing everything out, I also have, remember in the beginning, that if you just want your margin, just print out the margin sheet. It's all there in under Psalm 75. So these are my dollar store crayons, and I give them a workout. So usually I would say, if you were living in a world that you weren't working on gesso, pick a light, a medium, and a dark color. Always start, even with colored pencils, start, even with watercolors, really, start with your lightest color and then work your way up. So here I just wanted to erase back that image a little bit, so that, because the crayons are so light, but because of the gesso, it just smudged. But here's the thing, is that you guys are experiencing it with me. I don't flub it. I don't pretend that everything works out. I was appalled at how little color I was getting in my cup here, but I just stuck with it. I just stuck with it as if it was all that I had, and I had no other resources. And how am I going to make this work? So that's what I'm doing. Is I am just truly making it work, and I just had to keep on adding different colors, different shades, different values to try to just bring up the color on it. So here I'm just going to be coloring for a bit in this image. And so let me read to you, though, Psalm 75. So I'm reading from the Passion Translation, as always. A cup in God's hands, to the pure and shining one. Asaph's poetic song to the tune of Do Not Destroy. I don't know what the tune of Do Not Destroy is, but I do find it interesting that this is the do not destroy, do not destroy. So God, our hearts spill over with praise to you. We overflow with thanks, for your name is the near one. All we want to talk about is your wonderful works, and we hear your reply. So I want us to take that and remember the near one, and all we want to talk about is his wonderful works, and we hear you reply. When the time is ripe, I will arise, and I will judge the world with perfect righteousness. Though I have set the earth firmly on its pillars, just a note, I can't even get the colors to work, so I've just got a hard surface underneath there to try to give it a hard, something hard to color onto. Though I have set the earth firmly on its pillars, I will shake it until it totters, and everyone's hearts will tremble. Pause in his presence. God warns the proud, stop your arrogant boasting. And he warns the wicked, don't think for a moment you can resist me. Why would you speak with such stubborn pride? Don't you dare raise your fist against me. This I know. So I just want to stop there for 1 second, is that if you read those first two major thoughts, what strikes me is that we overflow with praise because he is the near one. So in our lives, he is the near one. And I can look at this and I can think, oh my goodness, I am a Christian, and I am not these people that are, where is it? The proud, stop boasting, the wicked, don't think for a moment you can resist me. I need to remember this, that God is my near one, and every single day and every single moment that I'm walking through this world, I'm walking through a fallen world and a fallen body with a spirit that would, in its natural inclination, be inclined towards wickedness, and God is near me. So, whatever it is that I'm walking through today, I know that God is near me and He will give me the power to change my thoughts, change my minds, change my addictions, change my mindset, change my relations because God is near me. I don't stand here for a second thinking that in my humanness, I'm not going to be proud, boastful, arrogant, wicked. But God is near me. So if I know that, I merely just have to put out my hand and He promises that He will hold me with His right hand. So just remember that God is near you through whatever you're walking through and whatever like I don't whatever place you're trying to change within your spirit this year. So 2019, my word is all, right? That I'm going to seek Him with all of my heart. Can I tell you that as I seek Him with all of my heart, my wickedness just is so blaring. The more that we align ourselves with Jesus, the more we see how we fall short of the glory of God and that we need a savior. But God is always near me. So let me continue walking on. This I know. The favor that brings promotion and power doesn't come anywhere on this earth. Where are we inclining our ears and our hearts? Are we selling our God short because we are inclining towards promotion and power on an earthly level? Sometimes promotion and power, excuse me, in a kingdom realm always means that we will have to serve first. We always serve first. So are we abiding in God's economy or are we abiding in the economy that the world calls us to? No one exalts a person but God, the true judge of all. He alone determines where favor rests. I don't know. I just think that's so beautiful that He alone determines where favor rests. I say this, I am a people pleaser for many, many, many years. And I can remember a season where I was jumping through hoops, hoops of fire. There was this close relationship that I had, and she would lay down, I need to do this, 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 and I would jump through every single hoop that she put out before me. And then she would light it on fire and she would raise it up higher and she'd say, jump through that hoop, jump through that hoop, jump through that hoop, and now I need you to jump through that hoop faster and quicker and faster and quicker. And I had walked in this relationship of abuse for a few years. And I remember that I was sound asleep one night and God just woke me up with this vision. And he showed me that me jumping through these hoops and then looking for her approval and looking for her approval and looking for her approval. And he said to me, you can do this as long as you need to do this. But know this, you're perfect just as you are for me. Just as you are, you're perfect. And in that moment, I stopped jumping through hoops and I was released from that relationship. So I find such a comfort in knowing that He alone determines where favor rests. I don't have to ever again look at a flaming ring that somebody puts in front of me and says, jump. I don't have to jump. I get to look at my God and say, should I jump? Do you want me to jump? Or do you want me to walk away from this? And that is so amazing. Um, so I want to show you here that so many times I will put a border on something with an ink pad. If you don't have an ink pad, just use your crayon. Use a colored pencil. So here, I know that so many people don't like their handwriting. So I also just want to mention, I'm just getting a prompt on this from the Spirit, is that this person that had done this to me is no longer in my life. So if you're in my life and you are, and you just know that I love you dearly, and that is not who you that I'm speaking of. The Lord released me from that relationship, and I was able to walk away from it with a clear conscience and with my God and my spirit intact. So just wanted to mention that. So here what I did was I just took the piece of paper that I printed from the website and I'm cutting it up and I'm going to glue those into my page so I don't even have to do handwriting. Like everything is provided for you guys. There's no reason to not jump on in. So, so he says, a foaming cup filled with judgment, start coming back in at 8. A foaming cup filled with judgment mixed with fury is in the hands of the Lord Jehovah, full to the brim and ready to run over. He filled it up for the wicked, and they will drink it down to the last drop. But I will proclaim the victory of the God of Jacob. My melodies of praise will make him known. My praises will break the powers of wickedness, while the righteous will be promoted and become powerful. You go, what? Our praises can break the powers of wickedness. Like, think about that, that our praises alter the atmosphere. Our praises become a form of spiritual warfare. Just sit in that for a second. Just let that soak over you. That your praise and worship actually shatters the power of the enemy of our soul. Let's praise and worship him today. Let's let our hearts spill over with praise to our Jesus this week. I just want to mention, I don't know if you saw me take that card. What I did was I just took it and kind of scraped it over all of those words that I glued down so that they just stuck onto that page really well. And here I'm just taking a gray crayon and popping in my shading like I always do, you know. So look at that, guys. Dollar store crayons and one sheet of paper, and you can do this. So again, this is what we did today that you can do. This is the sheet that you would download off of praiseheart.net-psalm study. This is the margin one that is perfectly sized to the margin of your journal Bible, and these are the stickers that are available to print at home or to be sent to you. Love you guys. Have a great week. Bye.